So first of all, let's recap some of the basics. So SharePoint Framework is the easiest way to build your enterprise solutions in Microsoft 365. So it's basically provides you capabilities like automatically hosting the code. You can easily, there's native single sign-on. You don't need to worry about anything. It's using industry standard tooling. You can use Vue, Angular, React, whatever you want. And your code is automatically, again, as said, hosted. So you don't need to worry about where to set up all of that hosting infrastructure. Again, if that's not a massive deal for you, that's okay, but it's an option for you to build experiences in Microsoft 365. You can build experiences through SharePoint, Microsoft Viva, Microsoft Teams, and Outlook on Microsoft 365 app nowadays with SharePoint Framework. The name is a bit misleading, but it is anyway code which is hosted technically by SharePoint, so therefore the name of SharePoint Framework kind of makes sense. Now, on this demo, we wanted to talk about what's part of the 1.18 release as part of the GA, and then a bit about what's coming in the future as well. So there's a lot of stuff coming in the future. So 1.18, I guess I'm going to recap in here, and then I'm going to ask a few questions from Luca. So first of all, on 1.18, which is planned to happen at GA happening as in general availability, as in production ready in September 2023. So within pretty soon, it will have a new template options for Viva Connection, Fluent UI V8 as the default for new projects. So we're updating the Fluent UI as that's getting updated on the Microsoft 365. There's API to support dark mode in the Viva Connection mobile, other new adjustments across the technical stack, and then of course issues getting fixed based on the community or customer and partner input taking as SPFx issues. So if you find anything about the SPFx, please always submit an issue there so we can actually address that within upcoming releases. As said, the general availability happens in September. Now, related on 1.18, as said, it's primarily from a UX perspective, focusing on the Viva Connection side and giving more options over there. And we kind of actually cover a few slides later and after the demo, what's latest on Viva Connection kind of briefly, and what does that mean. Also related on SPFx, we will actually roll out, I guess, look at the same time, the Card Designer++, which isn't technically SharePoint Framework, but it's part of the SharePoint Framework kind of a technical stack, and that provides a new way to build no-code, low-code experiences for Viva Connection. We will have a demo on that one, by the way, next week. Am I missing something, Luca, on 1.18?
No, I think no. I don't think they're missing anything. Well, just a couple of things. So don't get stuck on the Card Designer++ name. That's actually, I mean, rightfully, Vesa said that here is a name that we're using internally. I'm not sure if we're using Card Designer++ as just Card Designer. And as Vesa said, it's just like a way for empower operators to build even more powerful and functional cards without requiring custom code. And yes, we will have a demo on that. The plan is to release that around the same time when we are releasing 1.18. Yes.
And then I'm just going to do the questions, typical question, what we get on this side. So no changes on the Node.js side or React or any of those technical dependencies at 1.18?
No.
Is that true? No. So that's a good way to know. So for now, there's no changes, and we're looking into doing that within the future versions. If you're wondering what is the dynamics in here, Luca is the primary product manager, PM of the SPFx, and I'm your lovely assistant, right, Luca?
We don't say that out loud on the mic.
Oh, that's true. Yes, and Alex on the room is the engineer working on SPFx as well. So that's all good. Cool. Now let's jump on doing a quick update on what are those template options and what can you enable with those within the Viva Connection. And Alex is ready to do a quick demo on that one, and then I'll recap some of the changes which are coming in the Viva Connection and also on the SharePoint side as well. Alex, let's jump on your screen.
Can you see it?
Yep, all good. We can see your screen.
Perfect. Awesome. So let me go here. I need to remove this one. So this is a sample from my demo tenant. As you can see, there are 3 cards in the first row that are pretty new. They showcase new capabilities that we will release with 1.18. now you have ability to provide text input in your cards. So previously we all had text only, or like text and image, this kind of stuff, but the cards were pretty much static, the first level of card views. Now you can provide text input. You can put it in the body of the card as on the first card, or in the footer based on your scenarios. And additionally, we are providing a new template called search card template, which provides you, again, it's not a text input, it's search box, but idea the same. And in the footer, you have extra component that looks like a persona card, but it's actually not a persona card, or it's not tied to persona or users. You can use this card for any search scenarios, for like documents or some other LOB data. But yeah, it's pretty configurable, and I'll show you that in the code. But yeah, basically 118 is focused on providing more flexibility, more components in the card views. It doesn't mean that we allow custom components like React or something like that. No, we are still in charge of what's available, what can be placed in the card view, but we are providing more options to the developers. And let me jump to the code here, and I'll show you the difference. So if previously, let me make it a little bit bigger. So previously, when you create a template for this or that card view or ACE, you will extend your class from specific base class like primary text or basic text or image, and based on that, you have this or that functionality on the card view. We are changing that completely. Now we are not focusing on the templates. We are focusing on the components that can be placed in the template. So each card will be now extended from base components card view. And instead of providing like some data in there, you will need to override the card view parameters property, where you basically using JSON to specify what components you place in the header, in the body, in the footer, and so on and so forth. So again, it's not like you can place any component in any place. We have a set of permutations that we allow, and as part of the GA documentation, we will list all these permutations for you to use. But yeah, it's pretty simple. So we have like card bar for the icon and title. We have header where you can place some text. In the body, for this example, it's a search card template. So in the body, you have search box, and in the footer you have search footer, and that's it basically. And that's what you're having from the template itself. So again, it's pretty easy. We did a lot of job for you to kind of start not from nothing, but you already have some Hello World examples that you can play around, and everything is available in beta. And as Vesa said, we will do the RC soon and GA in the September. Additionally to that, extra focus on the Viva connection. So yes, as mentioned, we'll provide ability to get the mode, the dark mode or theme mode in the Viva connections mobile. So in that case, you can correctly specify, for example, images in your quick views to fit in this or that theme. And one extra thing that we will do, it was not on the slide, but it just got merged. We'll bump the TypeScript version to 4.7. It's not a big bump, but still we are trying to be more or less up to date. I know it's not V5, but still. And that's probably all I have.
Excellent. Let me go on the slides and bit of elaborate on some of the things what Alex was showing. So first of all, that was really on the Viva connection side of the house. Of course, with SPFx, like we covered on the previous slides, you can build different experiences for SharePoint and Microsoft Teams and Outlook and so on. On the Viva connection side, there's going to be a lot of new announcements relatively soon. So there's a lot of investments coming from Microsoft on the Microsoft Viva side. Some of the announcements which have been already done, which are really, really cool in the context context, kind of a related technologies in SPFx is the announcements in Microsoft Viva Connection. So that's coming up relatively soon as well. So you can see on the left side, so there's a notifications which are working. You can do those announcements as a pop-up, so to say, in the Viva Connection. And then you can see on the third picture, you can see the store 120 will operate under reduced hours tomorrow, so and so. So you can actually have this kind of a frontline worker first messaging, which is targeted for the mobile experience. And of course, all of this is functioning well in the desktop UX as well. On the right side, that's the multiple Viva Connection experiences in Microsoft Teams, just to show you that. So basically, the idea here is that as many companies and customers have multiple organizations and divisions, they can actually build their own dedicated Viva Connection experiences based on their employees, and they're based on the roles and personas and all of that. So you can actually have multiple set of different experiences and Viva Connection experiences in a single tenant. And that's a really, really cool feature. Now, I also wanted to recap and kind of remind one of the cool things which we announced in Las Vegas earlier this week, not this week, this year. You know, week and year, nobody cares. Earlier Vegas in this year was the upcoming updates on a SharePoint site, so making the SharePoint portals more flexible and more branding capabilities. All of this can be also extended in future using SharePoint framework. So the SharePoint framework is certainly not going to go away. It is evolving, and we're evolving that based on the feedback what we're getting from you as well. So the pictures what you're seeing right now here are from the video which we showed also in Las Vegas related on the plans and how the SharePoint might look like as we start rolling out the new modern SharePoint portal features. So really, really cool opportunities there as well. And again, extensibility here will keep on going or keep on being SharePoint framework with new options and capabilities as well. And of course, we're updating the Teams side as well. So the Teams JavaScript SDKs and all of those are getting evolved as we're updating new versions on there. So all of that stays up to date, so to say. Cool. So that's a quick recap on the SharePoint Framework 1.18. So what's in 1.18? Primarily on the Viva Connection side. 1.19, we cannot yet go to the details what's in there. And 1.20, there's going to be more focus on other areas as well. 1.18 primarily on the Viva Connection.